significant changes at the Linden-Pinling International Airport. An update on the redevelopment project after this.
It's better in the Bahamas, romance all the day, all the hideaways for the lazy days, all the nights the people play. Ooh la la la, ooh la la, it's better in the Bahamas.
The NASA Airport Development Company, also known as NAD, has a 30-year contract to manage, operate, maintain, and develop the Linden-Pinling International Airport. Since its introduction to the Bahamas, there have been quite a few significant improvements at the airport. But as Kendall Major tells us, there's a whole lot more where that came from.
For far too long, the main air gateway to the Bahamas has ranked among the least efficient and least customer-friendly airports in our region. However, in just a few years, the Linden-Pinling International Airport will be ranked among the best in the world of airports its size. That is the plan of NAD, which is on a mission to continue to run a safe, friendly, and efficient airport by planning and designing new, sophisticated terminals for the future. Although a number of changes can already be seen at the airport, a groundbreaking ceremony was recently held, earmarking the official start of construction on Stage 1, a 247,000 square foot U.S. departures terminal and pier at the cost of $200 million. It will be the first of 3 linked terminals, which will revitalize the airport.
What people will see in the next, well, literally in the next couple of weeks, is a significant tower going up on the site, which is standing in the parking lot to the right of the existing U.S. terminal. And it's about a 140-foot tower, and it'll be used to move the very significant pieces of structural steel around the site, speeding up the construction. In the next few months, excavations for the foundations, and then the foundations being poured, and then by this time next year, steel being erected, and the real shape of the terminal really, coming together.
Why is this important? One of the jokes in airports is that the terminal is just a life support system for the baggage system.
If you look around the world at terminals that have had bad openings, it's almost always the baggage system that has failed. So one of our hallmarks is to make sure we test and over-test and make sure that that system is ready to go. Because at its peak, it will handle 1,800 to 2,000 bags an hour. We are building it to handle 5.5 million passengers, which is almost double what we have today.
It is anticipated that the new U.S. departure terminal will be ready for the first quarter of 2011.
What we're going to do is a kind of a leapfrogging operation. When the U.S. terminal is opened in 2011, that evening, the evening before the morning of the opening, everything moves over into that terminal, and then the existing U.S. terminal gets shut.
It is at this point that major work will go into the existing U.S. departure terminal.
We strip it down to nothing more than concrete and metal, and then rebuild it again, and becomes this really nice centerpiece you can see in the pictures. And the upstairs would be immigration, and then downstairs to your baggage claim and customs. And so then when that's open in 2012, we shut down the existing arrivals area and parts of the old terminal and basically bulldoze it and build a new domestic and international departures terminal. So you have 2 departures terminals which flank the arrivals terminal in the middle.
The new airport will feature something that is not seen in many airports: 4 beautifully landscaped gardens. An addition that should be popular with our visitors.
What we've noticed is that people will sit on a piece of grass, even if it's in the median or out in the parking lot, and so we've built in nice places for people to just sit down and have a sandwich or have a drink and wait for their aircraft.
Travelers will be able to further enjoy the outdoors in new rooftop eating areas.
Cannot imagine how nice it is to be able to sit outside and have a hot dog and a sandwich, or a Coke or a beer, and sit in the sun. And so that was something we heard from our customers, loud and clear.
LPIA will also offer a modern food and beverage and retail experience that people expect in airports.
About 10 retail stores, a good number of smaller carts and kiosks, 4 restaurants in the food court, and 1 major sit-down restaurant, a bar, coffee outlet. In the U.S. terminal alone, a lot of opportunity to shop and to enjoy yourself.
Prime Minister the Right Honourable Hubert Ingraham noted that as the terminal's general contractor, LEDCO, a Canadian firm, is planning for 73% of its labor requirements to be filled through local contractors.
Bahamian contractors awarded major contracts for stage 1 of the project include reliable fencing, basin elevators, Worsley Construction, Sentinel Drilling and Waterworks, and TMC Engineering Limited, and of course Bahamas Hot Mix. I'm also advised that a significant amount of the work awarded to international firms will be completed by Bahamian subcontractors and labor.
Fortunately for this project, we should be able to easily find most of the workers. And those that we do bring in from offshore are going to be for particular skill sets. You know, for example, the installers of the baggage system. You know, they're actually the manufacturers as well, and there's only a few people in the world who do that. So those are kind of very specific things. Of course, our maintenance folks will be side by side with them through that whole process, so they intricately understand the baggage system as well.
Once completed, the airport will be a source of national pride. Toward this end, an art program is soon to be announced, which will give the airport a distinct Bahamian look and feel.
We're spending about $2.2 million to commission art from Bahamian artists that will go in iconic venues, if you will, inside the airport. We want people, when they're coming back home, to say, ah yes, you know, I'm home, and we want people when they arrive for the first time to say, this is really interesting.
Mr. Richmond points out that good airports are more than just glass, steel, and concrete. What makes a difference, he says, is how the customer is treated.
From security to customs and to our U.S. friends in Customs and Border Protection, and everybody generally is very good, and we get very good marks. If we can kick it to the next level, we could easily be seen as one of the top 10 airports in our size category in the world.
NAD aspires to being a part of the journey that people remember for a good reason. But, says Mr. Richmond, he'd be very happy if people don't even notice.
Most of our traffic is tourists, is people that are looking for a good time. So it's our job to just sort of ease their passage, you know, and I would be very happy if they said, wow, it's beautiful here, I love the art, I love the fact that, you know, it's cool and inviting. But if they don't even notice and they get on their plane and they leave and then they say, yeah, that was great, the Bahamas was fantastic, that would be great too.
Since signing a 30-year lease in 2007 to manage the day-to-day operations of LPIA and to oversee the entire airport redevelopment project, NAD has spent more than $11 million on capital improvements at the airport, including new and upgraded washrooms, roof repairs, a new baggage system and baggage carousel, and parking lot improvements. A total of 16 investors and leaders, along with NAD's shareholders and the government of the Bahamas, provided the capital to begin this work on stage 1. For Tourism Today, I'm Kendall Major.